Brian, looks like you're ready. Go ahead.
What did you work on this week in practice that you saw materialize in the game tonight?
Probably from an offensive standpoint, just trying to establish, an inside presence, getting the ball inside. It's something we've really harped on, and we go too long periods of time where we don't throw the ball inside, whether those guys are diving or posting up. They just got to be a big part of our offense, and it gives us a balance. And so that was something we really harped on, and just pay attention to detail more on the defensive end, and be more demanding of ourselves. We have had some good stretches of defending, but we haven't been consistent and had good 40-minute games. We've had 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. So I thought we did a better job, especially coming out in the second half. We played well to start the second half for probably the first time all year.
To go back to the part you said about just getting the ball inside, what do you think guys just weren't doing or weren't seeing, like I said, you tried to stress in terms of?
Well, each guy's a little bit different, in terms of, what they see and how they can deliver it, and, their experience of being able to pass the big guys. Some guys that are young don't have that experience. They haven't been with guys of that size. I always thought it was pretty easy to hit a guy 7'3" rolling in the basket, but you'd be surprised. These guys really grow up in ball screen motion. Sometimes, their ability to deliver the ball, especially when being guarded tightly, isn't very good. But we're getting better at it. I wouldn't say we're good at it by any stretch of the imagination. But, giving one answer to a handful of different individuals and how each guy has their own struggles is a little bit different. When you have size, you can go over the top of people a lot and pass. When you don't, you've got to be able to deliver the basketball, have good angles, play through pass and shot fakes.
Part of that is those guys staying on the floor. Obviously, they've had their troubles with foul problems this season. How do you kind of teach guys that big to stay tall, to not foul? I mean, it's a hard thing to teach a guy that big.
You have to be physical without fouling. There's an art to it. It starts by being in the right position. The more you can be in the right position and stick to your defensive rules, whether it's post defense rules or ball screen defense rules, being able to show your hands, whether you're jumping in the arc or you're taking a guard who's driving into your body and showing your hands, just trying to do little things. And but when you get behind plays and now you start to reach, and you're going to get some calls to go against you.
This seemed like one of your best passing games of the season.
Not just this week. We're always working on our decision making and being able to handle different types of defense. These guys got into the basketball and pressured the basketball, so that was good. And we haven't been consistent in handling pressure. And at times we've had a lot of unforced errors. You're always going to compare it to the other teams that you had. So we've had some teams that really did a good job of taking care of the basketball, and this has been a little bit more of a process. But you just got to keep working at it. Each game's a different style. Has its own kind of mind of its own mind of its own in terms of how the game flows or how it gets called or what they're going to do. Are they going to press? Are they going to zone? Are they going to man-to-man? And so you just have to be ready for everything and take what the defense gives you. But I think our passing's getting better. A couple of those guys have made pretty good decisions in terms of their overall floor game, assist to turnover ratio, and stuff like that.
It's obviously pretty early, but still in his career basically. But Jihad, what's impressed you about the transition he's made to playing at this level so far?
Well, his ability to score is something that we need. Trying to get him just to be aggressive and take shots that come his way. When you play 35 minutes a game and you're going to get X amount of shots, I think it's hard to get quality shots against really good teams. And so anytime you got a guy like him that you feel can shoot 35 to 40% from three, he's got a good intermediate game, he can get to the rim, he can make his free throws. You can't get enough good shots from somebody like that. So just trying to get him to be aggressive, but then also, the attention to detail on the defensive end. Just learning our system in a short amount of time is difficult. A lot of people that come their second year from a defensive standpoint are in a much better position because they understand everything. He's changed a couple times. This is his third school, and I think that's the biggest process. But his ability to score is definitely something that helps us.
How much can Joe made a couple jumpers today, and I've been working on that for a while. How much can that sort of help his confidence?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's where it is with him, is his confidence. some more pull-ups in practice, and tonight, he's able to make 3 of those pull-ups, and still got to get him to be able, to get to the rim, whether that's a post-up or an offensive rebound, or driving layups, or getting on the break in layups. You gotta, he's got such a good athletic body that, you have to be able to get him in those positions so he can help steal some points for us. But I was happy to see the ball go in for him. He's worked hard.
That's one of that.
How crucial has this stretch been with just a couple games to work out some kinks before you maybe face 3 ranked opponents?
It's been real crucial. And then, for us, we're going to have 4 more practices before we play Friday, Saturday, and obviously we'll be a lot lighter on that Thursday than the other days. We'll obviously taper, to Friday, but we got to have some other we got to get better here. It's really hard when you start playing a lot of games, because then you got to try to make your improvements through competition, which you still can, but in college, it's, when you get a chance to practice early in the season, man, you got to make some strides, and so it's going to be just as important this week, for our guys to make those improvements, and I thought we did that last week.
Thanks.